What's up, everyone? Boost Cyber Studios here again. And before we get to the point of the video, I want to mention that the reason why you don't see the KineMaster logo on the corner of the screen this time, or why you don't see my OC Carly whenever I discuss about something, that's because I'm not using KineMaster this time. I'm actually using Share Factory on my PlayStation 5, which is how I'm able to make this video to begin with. So yeah, I'm actually using Share Factory to make this video. But anyways, so in my last video talking about Become a Killer, I made a video talking about one of the best updates in the game, the Survivor buff updates. I love how Harry Rogue actually buffed most of the survivors to make them actually feel better to play as. But now there's a recent update where they added in 3 new characters, 1 survivor and 2 killers, and Harry Rogue tweaked some of the characters as well, and of course bug fixes, and of course new skins. Yeah, let's get right into the point of the video and talk about let's talk about the new characters first, shall we? Alright, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is the new survivor, the sniper, which is what I'm going to refer it as. The sniper is bad. Like, he's really bad. Like, I'm not saying, like, bad, like, he's dangerous. No, I said he's bad because he's really not a good survivor at all. On paper, it sounded cool, but in practice, poorly executed. So why do I think this new survivor is really bad? Well, how he's supposed to work is that when you spawn in as him, you'll spawn in on top of a watchtower, right? And you're meant to sit there and wait for the killer to come to the spot that you're nearby at. That way you can try to snipe him. This sounded cool, however, there are multiple problems. The first thing I want to mention is you can unequip the sniper rifle to move, however, you cannot sprint. It would have made a lot of sense you can't sprint when holding the new sniper rifle, but when you're not holding the sniper rifle, you can walk, but you cannot sprint. This feels bad. And I also want to bring up as well is that the sniper has 1 bullet, which wouldn't be that bad if the sniper actually was a pretty deadly weapon. You see, the sniper rifle itself is actually really bad. It has 1 bullet, yes, but it actually does not deal as much damage as you would think it is. With a sniper rifle that only holds 1 bullet, you would think it would deal a lot of damage and pretty much insta-kill any killer that comes in your path. No, that is never the case at all. I can really shoot Jet the Killer with this thing, and Jet the Killer would survive getting shot by 1 bullet. That's how bad this weapon is. Also, do not mind this tank zombie diddling my character. That's just a player being them. But, anyways, yeah, back to the topic of this video. Yeah, the sniper's not good. He also feels really awful to play as too, because some killers can actually reach on top of the watchtower and ease by simply jumping. Because there are some killers that can actually jump way higher than most other characters. So if a certain killer gets on top of the watchtower to kill you, you're fucked. Because first off, you cannot sprint when not holding the sniper rifle. So if the killer's onto you, yeah, you're screwed. Like, even the tank zombie can easily kill you. Yes, even the tank zombie can catch up to you. But, yeah, this character's not good. How would I fix this character? I would do 2 simple changes. 1, make it so you can sprint as long as you're not holding the sniper rifle. Because if a certain killer, like I said, some killers can jump really high so they can easily reach on top of you with no problem. If a killer reaches on top of you, you're fucked. I think making it so you can sprint if you want to equip the sniper rifle would actually make it so, like, at least you can somewhat survive. That way, you leave your watchtower, but at least, like, you're not in danger. Like, you'll be in danger, but, like, you're not fucked, Because either way, like, currently right now, you're fucked regardless. You're fucked if you get off the watchtower. You're screwed And you're fucked if you are on the watchtower and the killer decides to manage to get on top of it to kill you. You can't really do anything about it once that happens. Both scenarios, you can't do anything about it. He just feels really bad to play as. Another thing I would definitely fix is that make it so a sniper rifle actually can one-shot any of the killers. The fact that most killers can really survive getting shot by one bullet, especially characters that have like weak health, is insane. That is crazy. Overall, the survivor sucks. I think some buffs can definitely help him be a little better. Anyways, that's enough about the new survivor. Now let's talk about the two new killers now that were added into the game. Alright, good. We can talk about the new killers now. The first new killer we talk about is this green slime zombie fella. But he's got some sweet tricks up his sleeves this time. He's got a shotgun, and he's wearing an outfit, a military outfit, obviously. So this new survivor it's pretty much just the green zombie dude, except the difference is, this guy has a gun. A shotgun, most likely. And knowing how bad and weak the shotgun is in this game, he's actually really hard. It's actually really hard to get kills with this guy. He's not hard to play as. It's hard to get a kill as him. Like, it's easy to fire a gun and control him. It's just, well, I mean, depending what platform you're on. Like, you're on PC or console, it's not that bad. But mobile, that's a different story. But that's just mobile, Roblox on mobile is fucking difficult to play as anyway. But it's like, he's not hard to play as. It's just it takes a long time to get a kill as this guy because knowing how bad the shotgun is, it's gonna take a long time before you even get a kill as this guy. Is he fun to play as? I think so. He's not that bad. And I also want to bring up that this is the first actual killer that whole thing is range. Like, the only way to damage survivor is range, which in that case is shotgun. Usually, all the killers and become a killer, usually their main effort of damaging a survivor is melee attacks. Yeah, there are some characters that can use different abilities, like Tinky Winky's tank form, where he can draw a rock, but that's only like a one-time use most of the time because, the tank form has a duration. But literally, like 99% of the time, the killers have to kill survivors with melee only, most of the time. This new killer, only new method is actually using the shotgun to kill the survivor, which is actually unique on its own, which is pretty good. And you want to know something funny? I actually thought of an idea for this game if Harry Rogue, actually wanted to know suggestion. What if we actually had a ranged killer, like a killer that uses a gun as a sort of damage? I never spoke this out in Harry Rogue's server or anything, but I thought that would be cool. Like, we actually have a killer that uses a gun as his main way of damaging. And here we are. We got a new killer that uses a gun. Which is something I actually wanted in this game for a while. A killer with a gun. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this new killer. I don't really have much to say about him. Other than that, he can be fun to play as, really. It's just, he takes forever to get a kill as him because, the shotgun doesn't do much damage. That's enough for the new killer. Well, this new killer. We gotta talk about the other new killer that was added to the game. Alright, let's talk about the other new killer. And I'm assuming this is supposed to be an Owl Oni character because he's purple and such. Plus, he's next to Owl Oni and Fawadi whenever you try to select a killer and become a killer. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be an Owl Oni character. I don't know his name, so I'm just going to call him the purple fella. So what does this purple fella do? Well, of course, he's got the basic attack as usual, but he has a ability. Rush, I think that's what it's called. And when you select Rush, Yeah, you pretty much gain a speed boost, and after the ability, and when you gain that speed boost, you can pretty much use it to catch up to the survivors. And of course, when the ability ends, you slow down, which means you have to sprint again to sprint. Oh yeah, another thing too, he is kind of a little clunky, but he's pretty easy to deal with it. Whenever you use the rush ability or even select the attack ability, he stops sprinting, so you have to okay, on console you have to you have to click the joystick to sprint again. Mobile, I'm pretty sure you have to click the sprint button again to sprint. But then again, it's pretty easy to handle really, so it's not that bad really. It's just a very small weird bug that is very easily fixable. Well, very easily dealable. He deals decent damage. When he's running normally though, he is kind of a little slow. But then again, you can just use the rush ability to catch up to a survivor. So honestly, him being a little slow isn't really that bad, really. Honestly, I don't know what much to say about this guy. Is he fun to play as? Mm, I guess. It's just, it's kind of easy to play as him because, yes, obviously you don't want to attack survivors if they're using the speed coils or the officers because they're going to be faster than you, obviously. But that's why I just target survivors that I know I can occasionally catch up to. But the fact I can just use the rush ability to catch up even more is makes him kind of easy to play. I guess he was supposed to be easy to play, but it's it's whatevs. Does he need any nerfs? Nah, not really. I think he's perfectly fine the way he is now. That's enough I gotta say about this dude. Let's finally talk about what certain characters got tweaked and such. Alright, let's talk about the first thing that got tweaked. So we're gonna be talking about the riot shield guys. Yes, the riot shield guys. Now they actually received a really good buff. Yes, the riot shield dude actually received a really good buff. What was the buff? He actually attacks really fast with his riot shield now, at a cost of less damage, but he actually deals yeah, his damage got nerfed, but that wouldn't matter because he attacks so quickly, you can still kill the killer extremely quick as him. He actually feels way better to play as now. Even though playing as him isn't as bad to begin with, this buff actually made him even more better to play as. He was already fine to play as, but this buff really made him feel even better to play as. Honestly, I'm glad that the Riot Show guys got buffed because when the mech and the cyborg new thing got buffed, I was happy. Now the Riot Show guy got buffed, and I do love playing as these guys once in a while. Yeah, really good quality of life changes to the Riot Shield guys. Now I'm going to be talking about my favorite quality of life change to a killer. Not a killer, a Game Pass killer. Yes, a Game Pass killer got tweaked, and it's really one of the best changes I actually have seen from this update. Yes, Dweller. You heard me. Dweller. The man from the fog got a tweak. A Game Pass killer of all things. What was the tweak though? What made him good? Well, let's just say you can actually switch off your rage mode now. Yes, if you switch off your attack mode, you can cancel his rage mode. And the best part about this, the cooldown is actually way shorter now. You see, Dweller V2, or in that case, the Man from the Fog V2, because that's really who he is, he didn't feel good to play as, really. I mean, it wasn't bad playing as him, but, he didn't feel perfect to play as. Because before this recent update, Dweller didn't feel good to play as normally, because, the issue with Dweller is that, his rage mode, it's not so bad, You attack and you deal damage. The problem with that is that, once your rage mode ends, Not say you really can't do anything, and you gotta wait for a long cooldown to even use it again. And yeah, it does not feel good to play as him during that state at the time. Not to mention, even when his rage mode, he is kind of a little slow. I mean, he's fast, but like he won't be able to catch up to like something like a speed core or something. So it's like, yeah, it does not feel good to play as. But when this update came out, not only can you actually cancel your rage mode, so that way you don't have to worry about wasting it at the worst time, but the cooldown is actually way shorter now, which is a really good change. Really good buffs for Dweller. So really good change. Although he is still bugged, you still cannot get a kill point or get points for damaging or killing some player. Yes, that bug is still exists within him, along with Fiend V2. And speaking of that bug, it actually got patched for two certain killers, which I'll get to in a moment. But overall, Dweller feels way more better to play as now. This is one of the best quality of life changes for this game, making Dweller feel better to play as. Anyways, that's all I gotta say about Dweller's new tweaks. Let's talk about the bug fixes. Yes, the bug fixes that I actually mentioned before. So, Deceiver. What is there anything about Deceiver? He's still the same, but what else? Well, simple. And this same rule applies to Goner, the other killer that's also in this game. There is a bug where Goner, Deceiver, Dweller, and even Fiend don't get kill points or get money whenever they kill or attack somebody. This bug was pretty bad. It's actually been in the game for a while now. Like, those guys been bugged for a while now, and it took a long time before those bugs finally get patched. I mean, Dweller and Fiend are still bugged. Like, they still have that bug, but Deceiver and Goner, those bugs actually finally got patched. So now you can finally play as Deceiver and Goner without the worry of not getting points or getting kill points because of a dumb bug, which is a good change. I'm really glad. Now I can actually freely play as those two without worrying about not being able to get points and such. Because during the only time you really get points as these bug characters is collecting coins, which I also want to bring up that the coins has been removed from the game for some reason. Like, I was really playing the update for these clips. Well, actually, even like before these like new recent clips, the coins been removed. I'm assuming there's a bug in them too, but I don't know. So like now you really can't get any points now, but it's just I don't know. I'm just really glad that both these guys actually like got patched. Now you can actually get points as both Deceiver and Goner now. So very good changes. I'm glad. Good job, Harry Road. You did good. Now the next thing I want to talk about now are the new skins that are added in. So here are the two skins for the Riot Shield Phyllis. Yes, the Riot Shield dude actually got two skins. And it's basically an FBI agent and a police officer. And both these skins, well, obviously, they're related to police stuff, whatever. And of course, they both have batons replaced instead of just shields, which makes sense because of the whole, law enforcement stuff. Like, you got the police officer using a baton, and of course, you got the FBI agent using the baton as well. I don't remember an FBI agent using a baton, but then again, law enforcement kind of makes sense. Cool skins though. I actually like rocking those two skins. I usually like rocking the police officer one because why not? I think it's just cool. But yeah, that's all I gotta talk about these two skins. The next skin I'm gonna be talking about is actually a skin for the very weak survivor character that you could get early on in the game. The soldier one, the very weak soldier player, like the one that costs 1,500 points. Yeah, that one. The very weak soldier character you can play as. He actually got a new skin, and it's literally the troops from another Roblox game called The Stalker Reborn. I actually love that game. Pretty cool game. So seeing this in Become the Killer is really cool. I might actually rock this once in a while because I love Stalker Reborn. So it's cool to see the troops from Stalker Reborn make an appearance in a different Roblox game. Although I think you should probably remove this Harry Rogue when you have the time because it's cool and all, but I don't know, dude. Because, the creator might. I don't know. Let's hope that's not the case because, I mean, this is still cool. It's just, just be careful when adding in stuff from, other Roblox games, because, you need to ask permission from the creators of said Roblox games if you want to add their stuff in your game. But other than that, cool skin. I love it. Then there's plenty of more skins, like Chainsaw Man for Leatherface. And then we got the British skin for the purple fella that I talked about already. And we even got this skin for Griever. This is actually an old model for Griever. The current model that we have in Griever right now is actually, the look that we have in Griever right now. This skin for him, this is actually what his model was originally going to be, but it was scrapped. But now his scrapped model is a skin for Griever. So if you want to play as Griever's old version, go on ahead. Of course, you need 12,000 points to do so, and of course, you need 5 kills so you can select a skin. But still, you want to be old classic Griever, go right ahead. And of course, we got Chicken Jockey for the fucking little slime villa. Gubby for Fawadi. And what else? Oh yeah, we got this skin for the Oofer guy. We got the British skin for Dweller, of course. Even Fiend got himself a skin. Looks pretty neat. Oh yeah, Pretty Princess is a skin for Cool Kid. Awesome. Jason got a new skin, and I think Okay, so Jason got that cool new skin, which looks pretty neat. But the skin next to him, this Pika looking skin. I'm assuming that's a skin for Silly Billy. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it's for Silly Billy, considering, it's an F character, sort of like. But yeah. And the last skin I will show is actually a skin for Smiley. It's pretty much Smiley, except his head upside down, and he's like grayish color instead. And that skin is kind of meant to be like Smiley, but he's not smiling. He's actually pretty sad. That's why his head's upside down. It's supposed to be a sad smile, and it's not supposed to be a smile. He's supposed to look sad. And this is actually a badge skin that you have to unlock in order to use this skin. And to even get the skin, you need to get the normal smiling badge. And to get the normal smiling badge, you just simply have to kill Smiley as survivor. Which, if you know the counterblade to Smiley, very easy badge to unlock. So it ain't so bad to unlock this skin. Overall, cool. So, yeah, that's just about it I have to explain about this update. What do I think about this update? Honestly, really good. The only negative thing I can say about this update is the new survivor, the sniper, because he's just not a good survivor at all. In fact, I think he's actually worse than the cyborg noob fella. Well, I think he's worse than pre-buffed cyborg noob guy. Again, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, I think he's way worse than the pre-buffed cyborg noob dude. But because the cyborg noob used to be the worst survivor. Now it's the sniper now. Now that spot completely belongs to the sniper now. Because the new cyborg got buffed, so he actually feels better to play as now. So yeah, now that title belongs to the sniper. Worst survivor to play as. Um, unless Harry Road decides to buff him to actually make him really like decent at least. As of right now, he is just not a good play, not a good survivor, not a good survivor to play as. Um, other than that, everything else is fine. Dweller like actually being able to cancel his rage mode, and his rage mode has a faster cooldown now. Really good change. Um, the ride shield guys being able to attack faster, also a good change. Donner and Deceiver's bug being fixed, so now you can actually get a kill score and points for damaging and killing someone. Yeah, good job. Those two are finally patched now. Now it's just Dweller and Fiend that needs to be patched, which is probably going to be another long time for that to even happen, but who knows. Oh yeah, I also want to mention there's actually new weapons now that was added into this game. There's an AK-47 now in this game, and there's a rocket launcher now. But I think you can only get these by buying them from the shop, which means you have to play as your own avatar to even use them. But yeah, there's new weapons, a rocket launcher, and a AK-47. Um, what else? Oh yeah, the new killers are pretty cool too. The dude with the shotgun, pretty cool. The Aoni character, also pretty cool. Um, the skins, I mean, they're just skins, but they're skins, but still pretty cool. Definitely my favorite. Definitely like the skin I like seeing the most is the British skin for Dweller, but yeah, and Pretty Princess because I love Forsaken. Um, yeah, and that's just about it for this update, really. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Uh, I guess I'll see you guys next time.